My name is Choi, so I'm the Director of Product Management from Fortinet, primarily taking care of two areas. One is public cloud, all the public clouds on the core product goes to me. And right now I'm also stepping on AI because these two areas are very synergetic altogether, especially you talk about AI, the public cloud provider or hyperscaler definitely play an important role. So I can get pretty good visibility on both. So let me kickstart. Just a quick slide of why AI is important to the enterprise. So we summarize the 6 reasons. I can further summarize into 2. So one is the efficiency. So you definitely need something to be more effectively to work on the work day to day, so that you can use less resources to perform more. And another one is, of course, driving something new. So something is not possible before. Right now with AI, it's already possible. So that's why you will see more and more enterprise are doing AI adoption and why it become more important to the field. I think as Max and also Maggie already introduced what is FortiAI in general. So 3 buckets right there: protect, assist, and secure AI. So for me, I will use another angle to go deep dive on these 3, because from what message I want to bring it out is how you logically understand what is FortiAI. Because just like what you're asking before, is FortiAI is a kind of product or kind of portfolio? I can tell you a definition from another angle. So, so we believe that AI problem is not that kind of simple. It's complicated. So from what perspective is, we would need some architecting to solve the problem. So the most important that from customer perspective, how you leverage Fortinet product to do that, you're more like start with at the center. So you start with your AI requirement, or you also start with your problem on AI, so that you go outward. First of all, you identify which category that your problems goes into it. So say, for example, if you want to protect you from the risk of AI, FortiAI Protect is something that you want to go for it. If you talk about you have AI system to be protected, say, for example, you're owning your LLM system at the back, or you're owning your machine learning model served for your customer, secure AI is the product category you're going for it. Of course, at the I think we already cover quite a lot on SOC and NOC use case to use generative AI to enhance our AI portfolio. So basically, you go from inside to outward, and then we will map the use case. For some of the case, that's why we have heavily mentioned that we are focused on the use case itself, because unlike the other vendor, we are not believing a single army knife can tackle all the AI problems. So we will need the capability for multiple products, and we also need architect to bring the solution together to have the best fit for your AI problem specifically. Say, for example, if your organization have a direction on the cost, on the operation needs, or even different consideration, you may possibly leverage different kind of product in your case. So that's why I also always think that AI problem have to be architecting problem instead of one single solution problem. So, from what we can help you is Fortinet would able to bring you from outside in. So from us, we understand what the kind of product that we are offering. We will have so many architect and also sales engineer to help you to bring up the solution to your use case, specifically on your AI area. So we are actively experimenting, even though your problem is very new on the area, we will also able to do some experimenting or exploration for you together to step into this area. So FortiAI Protect, so you have some risk to be protected from it. So right now, these 5 feature set is a logical feature set that what we think that FortiAI Protect should have it. So it's talking about, of course, first thing is similar to what Max is mentioning. You need to know what you're having before you can protect them. Once you know them, how you control the access for every single one of them, who is operating on what kind of thing, on where. So that kind of thing that we definitely needed. Data loss protection, I think, is one of the most important areas right here. You don't want your staff within your network leaking out their valuable IP information or any other things without your acknowledgement. So something like that. Security awareness training, I also want to put it up right here. This is definitely kind of important use case to protect your organization, because I think people is always be the most vulnerable component within their network. So real-time protection is also another kind of thing. So once your user really doing something bad, immediately able to detect and mitigate is better, always better than doing the post-mortem investigation, for sure. So from now on, I will quickly give you introduction on what product available today on this area particularly. So more likely in two areas, one is from networking area perspective, so that you can have our product put in a network. You're already able to do it today. Another one is from endpoint perspective. So you may have so many staff within your network, different kind of operating system, whatever, then how we protect you from endpoint as well. So FortiGate, I think, hopefully I'm not necessary to introduce too much on this, because this is this is the most successful product from Fortinet, which is our next generation firewall. So right now, as long right now you have the FortiGate with you, as long as you upgrade your FortiGate up to 7.6.4, also with FortiGuard UTP bundle, you will be able to use FortiGate to protect you from GenAI. There's a new category called generative AI under application control. You will be able to create a firewall, create a detection over that. Of course, we are not just, because category on GenAI is a little bit large, so it's not only about the chatbot itself, but it is also talking about other applications like meeting, note-taking, video editing, something like AI tools that you're using today. So all kinds of detection right here. We're having, as we said, we have FortiGuard lab, research lab to taking care how we detect it, how to identify them in a signature basis in a research lab at the back. We are also having our FortiGuard lab to define the risk score for every single one of them, so that when you plug it into a network, you will be able to see how many users are really going through, using these kind of tools, and what kinds of data that you can do. And exactly they would use, because it's a gateway, so we still need to maintain the throughput for all together. So that's why you can stop the things at the edge already. There's so many information you can take a look. You can even able to use the prompt unless they need some deep packet analysis. Actually I prepare a video on that, but I think that from time being I try to leave the video later so that you can take a look afterwards. So another product I want to bring it up is called FortiNDR Cloud. So NDR means network detection response. So unlike FortiGate is putting at the edge, at the gateway. So it's more like inline inspection. But NDR Cloud is more like something like IDS, something like this, that kind of product. It will put within your network, because the most important that it won't affect your network throughput, because it's not on the gateway side, but leave it in your network, so that we will install so many sensors into your network, so that you can replicate your packet to the NDR Cloud solution, so that we can do some threat hunting and deep analysis. So the PM always told me that FortiNDR or NDR Cloud is like a magnifying glass of FortiGate. So FortiGate would capture some of the usage, but if you need some deep analysis on how's the usage pattern, you definitely would go for NDR instead. So, but basically we need both. Right now I think it's already in GA. So we got GenAI usage observation on NDR Cloud already. So if you're using our service, you're already able to see the GenAI usage on your network nowadays. On the top, you can create a detector, of course. You can observe it, you can detect it. And you can also, through the detection and observation dashboard, from host perspective, you're also able to draw the sequence of event so that you can perform the threat hunting altogether. Of course, we capture every single network metadata throughout the process. So in order you need to carry some further investigation, you will also having all the information captured for you as well. On the top, there's so many things to talk about NDR. I'm not even start talking about how they use machine learning to do the anonymous detection or categorization in long run, because this is already some very features already, but GenAI particularly is super here. So, did I press something wrong?
Here.
Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah, there's dashboard as well. So I also have another video, but I better skip in less than 10 minutes. So DLP is another, just mention a little bit. FortiDLP is our data loss protection solution. So it is an endpoint solution. So that means, it's a multi-OS, support multi-OS. It's also, you have instance responsibility, what your customer, what your user is doing on your computer. So, you will, later on, they will integrate into an agent called for the endpoint altogether so that they can collect the data from endpoint and then they can take action from endpoint perspective already. So it's more like a real-time data loss protection solution. So, I also having videos right here, but let's see if I can play with it. I think this one will have to play a little bit.
It would be, I think one of the questions from earlier, be great if to highlight a little bit about how our AI and DLP materializes some of the end results that we're talking about.
Yeah. So say for example, if your end user on their computer using ChatGPT, the Forti endpoint will be able to detect and stop them, and also having the warning right here, because somebody will also need to do some real-time education when customer using this kind of Gen AI tool. Of course, when the customer really pastes some code, just like the hit here, go to ChatGPT, ask for explanation, that means they are already leaking some API keys right here. You will be able to see that the solution would already be detected, the kind of thing. So everything will be captured, detected, and also responsive as well. And the most important thing as security analyst, what you are going to do is you also have a centralized dashboard to show what kind of user using what kind of tool and what violation they're doing, so that you can take action right away or immediately in order to mitigate your risk.
So that's alerting, that's monitoring and alerting.
Monitoring, right?
Stop any actions, correct?
It will stop action very soon. It's a roadmap item.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
But you still have the notify SOC analyst.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott's doing bad thing.
Exactly. forward the message to HR or something like that. So
Scott's updated his .NV with his OpenAI.
Right.
Yeah.
So put that in Git.
Where else would you put it?
Lovable, of course.
So of course, I would say I also mentioned that human is the most vulnerable component in the organization for sure.
We're right.
We are the best, but I think that is that's always true. So the training will also is a part of our product portfolio to make sure that our users being well educated before they really using AI and know what is the risk coming from AI. So the course is already in GA already. So next, for the assist, so I think as talking a little bit more before how they use NOC and SOC. So just similar slide. And if you're interested, I think I just got 6 minutes and I have to skip this video. But this video talking about what exactly our product, FortiAnalyzer and FortiManager, we are doing to provide some interactive troubleshooting. So what they are doing is more like you ask the system what's going on, and the system will check it for you and recommend the next action. And you're also able to verify the action accordingly in the FortiAnalyzer. It's more like, I always say this word, we have in CLI before, we have GUI for our all kinds of interactions. So I also say that chatbot is our third UI for you to interact. Because as a human, I'm not necessary to use CLI all the time so myself. I sometimes may use GUI, but the most important thing right now I can use chatbot to go over my checking. As a human curated network process, I also need to take action. So that's why FortiAI Assist right now would still pass the action to you, so that you are the one who click the button. But with the Gen AI model right now to help, this is greatly help you to use a way lot more less time on the investigation itself. So all kinds of data, how to mining the data, how to summarize the thing, totally you can be done on Gen AI. So from data perspective, or every question that I can answer maybe in breakout session a little bit more if you're interested in, but that's almost like the feature is.
Is the chat assistant accessible through the API or programmatically, or is it just through the interface?
Through the interface at this moment. But if you're talking about through another kind of interface not within the product, Yeah, maybe I can discuss a little bit about with you, yeah, afterwards. So, FortiManager have a very similar use case as well, but how you use, yeah, this one is the most interesting one. You use image to create the SD-WAN overlay by drawing the diagram that you want, and then upload it to the model, and then they will generate all kinds of SD-WAN overlay command line for you. You just one click, and then the SD-WAN will be already deployed. And you can also verify within the GUI as well. So, but this one, yeah, I think this one is very interesting. So yeah, you can load this kind of thing. Yeah, and they will generate for you, and then one click, deploy it, and then you can verify it as well. So, yeah, just a little bit long. So, FortiManager, or yeah, of course, similar troubleshooting is also another things that FortiManager will always be doing. So, say for example, you have SD-WAN, there's a VPN tunnel is down. The FortiAI Assist will be able to detect it, suggest the solution, and you can also take action to mitigate it through the model. The model will be able to suggest what is next step accordingly. So,
yeah. So we also inject the natural language, so you don't need to type, you can speak to it, right?
Yeah. So I would demystify a little bit about what FortiAI Assist behind the scenes. So I think some questions around this one as well. As a user, they always interact with the product by here. Manager analyzer asking the question through the chatbot interface. But behind the scenes actually is the SaaS hosted by Fortinet. We have two major components for sure. One is the AI proxy. So the proxy is a proxy service hosting in Fortinet's data center. Right now, I guess there's 2 in US and 2 in EMEA. So we are building the same thing for APAC as well. So that all kinds of product you are interacting, they will have a message with the AI proxy. Behind the scene, of course, I would say that we always use the right model for the right problem. So there's so many products supporting FortiAI Assist. There may not be one single model or language model can support all the things perfectly, or not necessary too big to serve all the product. So each single product, even down to every single feature, we can leverage different kind of backend. Say, for example, you can, we are exploring using the model on different cloud provider. We are also able to host our own GPU on our data center to do the inferencing on the LLM as well. We also can run some customized fine-tuned language model as well. Really can be down to use case per use case. So at the end of the day, your data will be handled by all the Fortinet infrastructure, including even in the cloud. It's maintained by our cloud account as well. So how we secure the security parameter is totally done by Fortinet. But the one,
on-prem or cloud, like you can deploy this wherever is optimal for the customer's application infrastructure. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, pardon. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the proxy,
the proxy is globally available around globally. So each region we will have some pop over there. So your product will interact. If you're using the interface, it will interact with your closest geographical location proxy server for the operation. But that proxy is maintained by Fortinet.
You can't deploy it on-prem. It's
good question. You're asking about sovereign AI.
I'm thinking about latency in the application.
Yeah. Well, we are right now we are also doing some research on both, because if we can run it on the cloud backend, why not we are able to run in data center? The point is really depends, as I said, it really depends on use case, because for example, if I let you to run it on your data center, the size of model, how we do the model maintenance, and how is the RAG pattern being introduced, there are some more technical details that we need to concern it when we decipher it. But sovereign AI is definitely something that we are always looking into it. So some of the product may be able to already going sovereign. Depends on whether the form factor they're offering. So,
that's a fair answer. Thanks.
Yeah. The one important message I want to put out for last slide is the sensitive data would not leave the product by itself. Say, for example, if you're using Analyze or Manager, when you key in something sensitive, including what IP address, MAC address, endpoint name, all kinds of things would be totally masked before we send it out even to our Fortinet infrastructure. In that is the case that our FortiAI proxy would also keep your conversational chat for 90 days for support only. But that means even though from Fortinet staff, we are even unable to retrieve what you are actually sending. So not even talking about the backend at the end, hosted by public cloud provider or even hosted by Fortinet. We don't know the message exactly. But at the end of the day, they will translate back in front of the user's eyes. So yeah, the sensitive data definitely won't leave your product when you use this thing.
Do you have any significant user validation that they're okay with this?
Oh yeah, that means if sometimes when we're having this kind of solution, I receive quite so many kind of RFP on asking what is the infrastructure in between.
Sure.
So by making sure which product they're using, and we will make sure that all the FortiAI Assist enabled product follow exactly the same pattern, so that we will have a unified risk assessment so that we can provide the user.
Okay.
Yeah. RAG is also another, truth grounding is so many ways for doing that, right? So RAG is one of most commonly used pattern. We were putting our vector store and AI proxy together. When the question comes through it, you will search the documentation with the closest data before we go to the inferencing. So opt-in, opt-out feature is also an important one. It's small, but it's more important. Customer, according to the policy, they would be allowed to opt in and opt out by themselves when necessary. Okay, just very quick. So for secure AI,
FortiGate, is it opt-in by default?
Sorry?
Is it opt-in by default?
Should be default opt-out. Default opt-out.
Default.
You need, the most important, you need customer to turn it on before using. Yeah, good question. Secure AI, so how, if your AI system want to protect, this is a portfolio you want to look into it. Some facts, so more than 70% enterprise using right now, but not necessarily everyone making profits, so only 5% is working. But we're still looking for it. Here is the logical feature set that we are building around it, including AI access recovery, AI bomb, and also even multi-cloud railing protection, agentic AI protection as well. But yeah, please allow me, today is, it's more very closely to the Q4. There's so many new announcements really comes up from a new product. So they will have some of them will already be covered or some of them already be in development. So I cannot, I'm not, talking about too much, but please stay tuned for all the Fortinet announcements, especially a couple days later. OSWAP top 10, definitely this diagram is not new to everyone. When you create an LLM system, this is everything that you need to consider. All the components basically is right here. LLM OSWAP top 10, each one of them, what kind of attack vector is going to here. We will have a product to deal with this very soon. Last but not least, Cloudfield, Fortinet also having Cloudfield Day 24 a couple days ago. They are also sharing what kind of sample application, how to use our Fortinet product to protect their agentic workload behind the scenes. So it's more like, please just also go to watch how we practically let the architect to solve your problem with our toolset. So FortiAI, as I mentioned again, this is a product portfolio which help you to cater all kinds of AI problem. So you will need to, in case you're having even very new problems, just come to us. So, just two quick call to action. So once you have AI requirement or problem, triage them, make sure that which category is falling into it, I guess, and then contact Fortinet to learn more. So we will help somebody help you. Last but not least, educate your people with all the AI risk and the corresponding security. So